This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And we welcome you back inside the Great Plains Coliseum here on the Comanche County Fairgrounds for your first semifinal of the night. It'll be the Newcastle Racers against the Moore Lions. We have two Oklahoma City schools making a trip down, and one of them will play tomorrow night in the finals, where you're there. James, in case you didn't know, there's only been one ever champion of this tournament, and they are currently sitting on the other side still in the Lawton High Wolverines.
Really?
So one of these teams will get a chance to dethrone Lawton High.
So this is the third year. So Lawton High's won. This is the fourth. Lawton High's won both of them.
Lawton High's
won all three. Oh, wow. Okay.
All three. Last year was a great game against Tulsa Memorial that they won in overtime, and quite frankly, as we were signing off the air, I told people, hey, if we see this game again in March in the state tournament, it'll be a dandy. And sure enough, Lawton High met Memorial again in the state semifinals, and the Wolverines got the better of them that time. Didn't take overtime, but
just couldn't quite get past, what was it, Booker T, right?
Booker T, yeah. That's
would have been the first time since, I think 1962 that Lawton High won a state championship in basketball.
That was the year that Lawton High got crowned home of the champions with winning.
Now, I played basketball at Eisenhower in the early, mid-'90s, and my sophomore year, we went to state with Lawton High. So two of the 8 teams in the spring of '93 representing Lawton. Lawton High went out in the first round, and then we won our first one and went out in the second round, unfortunately. But this should be a good game. I got to see Moore and Eisenhower yesterday. Now, I didn't see Newcastle, so this will be my first look at them. But Moore, Ike battled it, and kind of midway through the third quarter, Moore started pulling away. They're a talented team. Don't have a lot of size. So
surprising being a 6'8 team. But
yeah.
This first quarter is brought to you by Sutherland's. Right now, Sutherland's get their 20-volt max DeWalt cordless oscillating multi-tool kit, featuring a universal accessory adapter, 2 blades, battery charger, a bag for only $99 at Sutherland Lumber and Home Improvement. Racers control the opening tip. Joey Folsom will bring it over, and we're going to get it waved off for an on-the-floor foul. So we're going to get a whistle early on in this one here. 7:50 going. And we'd like to remind you as well, thank you to our title sponsors, Shane Burke Services and B2B Training, for sponsoring this. Entry pass down low. Up, no good. Rebounded. Brought up in a hurry. That'll be Chance Younger to the corner to Torres. Torres pulls it back out. We're going to get a travel, so it'll be heading the other way. So both teams come up empty on their first possession of the ball game. And we'll settle back in with Folsom controlling at the point. The 5'11 junior guard kicks over. Entry down inside. TJ Williams gets the turnaround hook to go. So that will pop the cork on the scoring here in this one. To the corner. Newcastle playing smothering defense. Back up top be number 1, Josiah Ankra to Younger.
Ankra had a great game yesterday against Eisenhower.
Mason to the corner. Torres loses the handle on it. Folsom pokes it away. Folsom will get out and run in transition. Slows it down, swings it over to Brammer. Brammer working down inside, back out, right. Dribble handoff. Donker pull up, no good. Lions going to push the pace here. Up at the rim, count the bucket. the hoop and the harm, and the more faithful made the trip down, ringing the cowbells. That'll be number 33, Kavion Moss, the 6'1 junior, getting to the stripe. Coach Jesse Brown not too happy with that call, and as we'd mentioned, Coach Jesse Brown's lot in connections as the Trey can cut it. Charity stripe free throw is up and out. Brammer up at the rim, good. Gets the tough shot to fall. So Newcastle controls an early 4-2 lead here in the Sutherland's first quarter. And we're going to get a foul off the ball. We'd mentioned refs being very tight about calling this one, and you got to get control early.
Yeah,
or that's when you get those physical, out of control games.
I've been interested watching them today. I feel like some they've been really tight on, and then some things they haven't been calling at all. So a little inconsistency, not necessarily between different teams, but just in the way they're calling the game.
Folsom pulls up, no. And sometimes that comes from the OSSAA or NFHS putting out points of emphasis, which it's, as that might be a jump ball called. Nope, we're going to get the foul called. As they'll put out what they consider their points of emphasis to make sure we clean this up, that we've seen this running rampant in the game. Like kind of like that push-off we've seen a lot called on the inbounds. You know, so
you mentioned earlier twice today they've called that.
When they put out those points of emphasis, you never know. Number 4, Donker. Ivan Antoine Donker gets to the stripe. Makes the first. Second one's up and in. He makes them both. 6-2. Torres brings the ball over. Guarded closely by Folsom. Joey Folsom. Number 33. That's going to be Kavion Moss. Swings it down inside at the rim. TJ Williams got the rejection, but I don't think the foul is going to be on him. I believe it's going to be on number 3, Colton Brammer. That'll bring us to your Trey can cut it free throw stripe. Ask yourself, why haven't you let Trey cut it? Your premier choice for Barbering and Lawton and let the surrounding areas. 2104 West Gore Boulevard. Call 580-354-0468 or book online. As the first free throw from the Trey can cut it charity stripe up and out. Second one on the way. That one's going to rim out. We're going to get a line violation. Wasn't going to matter anyway. Number 11 asked the ref, "Too mean?" He said, "No, it's your teammate."
Not that makes it any better.
No. Both of them fighting, foul. I don't know if you can hear the background noise or not, folks, but you might confuse this for Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi, as we got the cowbells ringing here early and often. Deep 3-ball, nylon! As he pulls up from deep off the catch and shoot, and we have seen a plethora of NBA range threes on the bottom of the net here so far this afternoon in your Sutherland's first quarter. 9-2, Newcastle controls it early here. Metroplex matchup. To the corner. And Anker is going to get tagged with a travel. As Newcastle comes down representing 5A, the Moore Lions come down out of the 6A, and both of them really share that south side of the Metroplex, so should be a good one. Colton Brammer, the guard, brings it over. Hands off to Folsom. Folsom down inside TJ Williams. Back to Folsom. Folsom flings it to the corner. Brammer, no good. Rebound, TJ Williams can't get the putback to go. Torres kicks corner. Anker drives in, slows it down. Getting pressured heavily to the corner. Wide open shooter. It's going to be Gardner, no good. Gardner got an open look on that, couldn't complete it as Folsom now will press up court to the corner. Number 10, Alan Price will control it. Back out to Folsom. Folsom will set up the offense, get instructions from Coach Jesse Brown. Folsom breaks it baseline. Another shovel pass. Same look as the last one. This one connects.
The exact same play they just ran.
Number 10, and that'll be an early timeout. And Newcastle is fired up on a 12-2 run early. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Good.
Just penetration to the baseline, a nice little swing pass right up the line.
And they ran that play for Brammer earlier, and that starts up top because up top they're getting a great screen from T.J. Williams, who's then crashing, which pulls in that backside corner help. And Folsom with a great pass. And I will say, the first set of cheerleaders we've had this afternoon.
Newcastle, the only ones that brought them. They were here yesterday too. I noticed that. You're right. That no, even the local schools haven't had their cheerleading squads out. So,
the Newcastle. Have you ever been to a Newcastle football game at home?
No, I haven't.
They have checkered board end zones, like checkered flags, because they're the racers, and they run out of like this top fuel dragster.
Oh wow!
As they're as an inflatable. It is a cool atmosphere.
That's very cool.
I've been once or twice. It's
a
very good atmosphere. Newcastle really gets behind all their sports.
Well, and it's amazing the job they've done over the years. I mean, when I was obviously older than you, but whenever I was coming up, I mean, Newcastle was just a tiny place, but they're all the way up to 5A and really, really competitive in baseball, football, and basketball.
And I might be wrong here. Part of me is telling me they play 4A in basketball. I can double-check that real quick. But
that could be.
I know they play 5A in basketball, or football, rather.
Right.
But let me pull that up for us real quick here, live on the air. But in the meantime, we'll be heading to the Trake and Cut It Charity, pardon me.
Easy for you to say, right?
A little bit of trouble with English here. Third game of the afternoon, but hey, we'll bring it all to you right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Gets one to go. So only the third point of the game so far for this Moore Lions squad, who has been just smothered by the Newcastle Racer defense. Beautiful move. T.J. Williams, 6'8", moving like he's 6'1". Gets to the rim for the tough layup, and we're going to have a foul called.
Everything working right now for Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle just coming out swarming as they're just playing tough defense. Not even in a press, just picking up at half court. And so Newcastle is playing 5A in basketball this year.
Okay.
But due to the large amount of schools that play baseball and softball compared to basketball or football, they stay in 4A for baseball and fast pitch, but they're playing basketball and football in the 5A ranks.
Okay.
As Ankara, the 6'2 junior guard, knocks down his first Trey can cut it charity stripe free throw. And again, why haven't you let Trey cut it? Like, just perplexes me.
It's the pressing question of the time.
Go let Trey cut it. He'll knock down both. Here is there's 3:10 remaining in your Sutherland's first quarter. Colton Brammer now going to get some time running the guard. The 6'2 senior. Poked away by Torres. Torres quickly up to Leslie. Leslie through the contact, no foul. Coach Brown wants a charge, not going to get one. Quickly, 14-7. So Moore finding their footing here, trying to rally back into this one. Joey Folsom, the 5'11 junior. To Donker. Donker hesitates, drives, gets down low, puts up a baby hook, gets to go. Donker clocking in at 6'4". Plenty of height here for both squads. But no one quite can find a way to match 6'8" T.J. Williams. His three, no. Rebound, fought for. That'll be 6'6" John Trey Solon. As Newcastle, I will say, quite impressive height for a 5A squad here.
Yeah, I mean.
6'6", 6'8", 6'4", 6'5", another 6'8". Like, they have height better than most 6A programs in the state. So that could be a problem here.
That's a rarity, too. I mean, regardless of what class you play, you don't see too many, teams with 3+ 6'5" guys.
The most anomaly I've seen, I'll tell you, last year at the Great Plains, at the county tournament last year, Big Pasture,
Yeah.
Class B,
Right.
6'11", 2 6'8" as a Class B school.
Wow.
And that helped propel them into the state tournament last year. Brothers.
You'd be hard-pressed to not have any kind of success with size like that. I don't care what class it is.
6'11" and 6'8", both were the Solis brothers.
Okay.
So, but back here to this year now, 16-7, 140 remaining here. Torres, dribble out, pressured closely by Solon. That'll be Gardner. Maverick Gardner dishes off. Torres can't get the baseline J to go. Rebound, fought for, pulled down by Donker. Bramer's going to press the issue here. Quickly to the floor behind the back. Folsom drives baseline. Beautiful jump pass to Donker down the floor, rim to rim, and he gets it to go.
Key for Moore is going to be, if they're not going to be able to outsize Newcastle, which they're not going to be, they're going to have to out-hustle them. And so far, Newcastle's been working every bit as hard on the loose balls as Moore has.
And you got to keep them away from the bucket. When you get that size down by the bucket, if you're there or not, it doesn't matter. Back inside. That'll be Amari Cole, 6'4", the 6'4" sophomore combo. Will draw the foul, and he'll head to the trach and cut it charity stripe. Trey can cut it. Ask yourself, why haven't you let Trey cut it? Your premier choice for barbering in Lawton and the surrounding area, 2104 West Gower Boulevard. Call 580-354-0468 or book online. And there's a nice little QR code right there on your screen. Pull your Android or Apple device out, scan the QR code, and get you a haircut scheduled with Trey now. 50 seconds remaining here in the Sutherland's first quarter. That'll be Donker. Donker over to Bramer. Bramer will size up. Newcastle going to take it a little bit slow, trying to control some clock here. First time we've seen that do this evening. Donker gets the screen from Williams down inside, and he's tossed to the rim, and that is what we were talking about all afternoon. You were here with us, James.
Yeah.
Newcastle is finally aggressive down there. They're getting there, but they're finishing strong through contact, and he's going to get himself a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Donker's really athletic, but he also, when he gets the ball down low, he plays very under control, which is, you can't always say that for big guys.
Especially at the high school level, it's definitely a rarity as he misses the chance at a three-point play. Torres kicks over to Leslie. Leslie drives in to the corner. Trey Mason, no. Rolled out of bounds, and poor Amari Cole didn't know where the ball was, and it rolls off his legs and out of bounds. He was looking for it and hit him in the knee, you know.
Happens.
Don't know if the camera picked it up. We got some beautiful guests. We got two Santa Claus, a Grinch, and Frosty the Snowman, who even have packed their way into the Great Plains Coliseum to see this lovely game here this afternoon. Joey Folsom. 3 seconds left. Got to get something up. Bramer, mid-range J, no good. So that'll do it for your first quarter. The Newcastle Racers have controlled the pace and the scoreboard, 29, and we'll be back after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
And we are back. As you can see, Frosty and Santa Claus have even packed their way into the Great Plains Coliseum here for the second quarter. As you also can see, the Lawton High Wolverines filing down. The 3-time defending champions will look to punch their ticket back into the finals. Never finished short, never not won this tournament. You know, short history, but also there have been some great Lawton High teams. You know, and last year, their first year in 5A, they finally punched it through to the state tournament, first time since 2009, and got all their way to the state title game, which we will have all the playoff runs from across the network here on the Oklahoma Sports Network for you when it gets that time. And it is your Seafood Party second quarter. Seafood Party. Every party is better with seafood. Come see Calvin and the gang at Seafood Party, located at 7410 Northwest Cass Road in Lawton. Seafood Party is perfect for your large gatherings or quick lunch get-togethers with catfish, seafood boils, and lunch specials served daily from 11 to 3. There's a Seafood Party right here in Lawton. Down low. Back outside. Trey Mason. Trey Mason again. Trey Mason thought about a deep three. Trey Mason does pull up. No good. Front rim and out. Rebound. Fought for. Down on the ground. First man on the ground right there was Moss. Controls it. Leslie. Back to Moss. Moss gets rewarded. Hustle play on the floor and gets rewarded with a bucket here as the Lions will punch the first score of the second frame in.
Yesterday against Lawton Eisenhower, Kavion Moss was the difference inside. Just a little bit too. And once Davion Howard for Eisenhower fouled out in that game, got in foul trouble in the first half, and then in the second half fouled out, Kavion Moss kind of had his way inside. So we'll keep an eye on that in this game.
Number 14, Owen Wright, the 6'8 sophomore, gets a tough bucket to go. And his father, Sean, was a great basketball player for Ember Pocasset back in the early 90s. Tall as well, and so Owen continuing the family legacy, working down low now at 6'8". Stepped on the line, ball's going to stay with the Racers. And you know, you look out there right now, and Newcastle has 6'4", 6'8", 6'11", all on the floor at the same time. Hard to keep up with, especially when you got guys like Brammer.
And then you do that on the outside.
Wraps around and gets a Lawton. Trey can cut it 3 ball.
Everything going Newcastle's way. There's not much they're not doing right at the moment.
To answer back, no good. We're going to get a foul. Probably going to be a push down low, and it is. Now, which guard are they going to call this on? As they kind of looked at it, they're going to call it on number 1. It's going to be on Joey Folsom, his first of the contest. It's been a very clean contest so far. And go ahead and put Alan Price at 5'11" in the game to, counteract the height. We're going to get a timeout. Smart play right there by him to call a timeout there on the floor to avoid a 5-second call. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. It's 25-11. 5:58 here in your Seafood Party second quarter. And we should be set in for 2 great semifinals tonight. You know, I was mentioning earlier on the broadcast, Classen SAS and Lawton High both played 2 great back-and-forth district games last year. That Lawton High team came out on top in both of them, which, to the Comets' credit, Lawton High, I believe, lost 4 games all year. And one of those happened to be the state title game. And everybody they lost to Del City, state tournament. Midwest City, state tournament. And they lost to Weatherford, who had Jaden Nickens, who is currently playing Power 4 basketball and football at Kansas.
Yeah.
And Weatherford in the holiday tournament at UConn. So, as we've mentioned.
Well, what about C.J. Nixon? Was he still with Weatherford last year?
That's who I meant, not C.J. Nixon. Nickens played against him from Douglas in that state title.
Right.
C.J. Nixon is great basketball all around the state of Oklahoma, really. Pardon me for confusing it. Just Oklahoma basketball has never been in better hands than it is right now.
Right.
D. Torres. His Trey can cut it 3 ball will fall. So A little bit of a back and forth affair here, and that really plays into the hands of Newcastle as they do control the lead, so they'll trade bucket for bucket all that they want. Brammer. Over to Williams. Williams, the corner. Brammer loads up a 3-ball. No, that was Alan Price on the 3-ball, rather. Leslie going to push the pace to Torres. To Moss. Moss drives inside, tries to go to the backside. No. Great effort
save
there from TJ Williams. Straight to Donker, who Donker will now push the pace. Under control. No go. Rebounded. Here come the Lions. They'll slow it down. Now they'll back it out. Trey Mason. Hand off to Torres. Torres. Mason sizes up. Torres from deep. No. We're going to push down a run. Here comes Donker downhill. What a finish. He works his way around the contact, still strong enough to finish at the rim, and he will have a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play as he'll find his way to the tray and cut a shirty stripe. And
he keeps this up, he's going to have 20 by halftime.
Donker has done it all. Defense, rebounds. He has been a catalyst here, and as we'll see Newcastle, for the first time all game, Newcastle, never mind, I thought they only had 4 on the floor. As we'll see both Brammer and Folsom exit for the first time, so it'll be interesting to see the ball handling duties. It looks like probably going to be Cole Seeley, the 6-foot sophomore, who will handle those duties. That looks like it's going to be out of bounds. Yep, last touch by Tracy Leslie, the 6'3 combo guard for the Lions. Owen Wright will check out of the game. That's TJ Williams. And sure enough, Brammer checked back into the game. Brammer will handle the ball.
Moore's going to see what they can do, picking up the pressure. 3/4 court.
Brammer knifed down inside. No call in, out of bounds off Brammer.
Moore's got to figure out a way to create some turnovers so they can get back into this game. They're almost doubled up at this point on the scoreboard.
Chance Younger, the sophomore 6-foot guard. Swing over to Mason. Mason. Back out to Leslie. Leslie kicks out to Mason. You got to get out on Mason. He will shoot. Mason to Ankara. Ankara. Really good ball, but Moore's not settling for a bad shot. Moving the ball around, trying to find a good shot, and that's the beauty that'll be lost next year with the shot clock. Is right now in high school basketball in Oklahoma, you can do that. Kavion Moss, no good. Rebound by TJ Williams.
Well, and the key is for Moore, no matter what, you're not going to get this. You're not going to get the whole lead back on one possession. So you might as well stay patient, take your time, work it around, play good defense, and fight back a little bit at a time.
And that's when teams get in trouble, when they try to find an 11-point play on one possession.
That's right. Start jacking up threes that aren't open and not crashing the boards.
Ankara going to work now. He'll pick up his dribble. He's in trouble. Back door goes Moss up and under. Yes.
Nice use of his body there. Kept the defender behind him, shielded him from being able to block the shot. Good job by Kavion Moss.
So Moore now is going to drop out of their pressure. It looks like there could be a 2-3 look. Might go to a man. They're going to go to a man look. We'll see. Newcastle's going to settle in. Make sure they can see what they're in. It will be a 2-3 zone. And here's the problem with the 2-3 right there.
Look
Beautiful
at that
ball
passing.
movement.
Just couldn't quite pay it
finish,
off.
But sometimes it's process over results.
Right.
And that's how you break a zone right there, with get it to the man in the middle and you dish it around. Mason. Over to Moss. Moss back over to Mason. Chance Younger over to Ankara. Ankara jabs. Go to work. Spin move. Into the lane. Yes. Tough finish right there at the rim. And slowly but slowly, Moore is going to chip back into this one, and Newcastle surely will call it timeout. And it'll be a full timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton Fort Sill Regional Airport, just 1 mile to anywhere, offering non-stop service to Dallas-Fort Worth. Fast, friendly, and convenient without all the hassles. Easy parking, and with close proximity to your arrivals and departures, all in their newly renovated terminal. Here to there in just 1 mile. To book your mile to anywhere destination from LAW, log on to AA.com or call 800-433-7300.
And we're back here. It's 29-18 here in your Seafood Party second quarter. You know, and I don't think it's mentioned enough, James, about how there will be a shot clock next year. 35-second shot clock
in high school
will be instituted in Oklahoma next year.
I was unaware of that. That is excellent news.
There's a trial run this year where if schools elect to use it, they can for non-district games.
Okay.
As TJ Williams misses. We'll give you more about that at halftime. We're back to the action as both of these teams are fast-paced up and down the floor. Baseline, kicks up top. Tee up a tray ball.
Oh.
Everything but down. Rebounds controlled by Brammer. Over to Donker. Back to Williams. Williams working down low. Donker controls up top. Over to right. Donker. Brammer. Three. Yes! Nylon! And a beautiful out of timeout possession right there. Will get it is Harden. We'll make this 32-18 with a minute left to play here in your Seafood Party second quarter. Onker, his three, no. Rebound by Donker. He just jumped up and brought that one out with authority. You can hear that ball slap throughout the gym. Quickly, Allen Price, three, no. TJ Williams had to play by his own teammate. It's still loose, and Williams is slow to get up. Looks like he got hit in the face. But on the other end, Trey Mason wastes no time getting a tray, gets a tray to make it 21-32 here late. Looks like they're going to settle down, probably hold for this last shot here.
Really important defensive possession for Moore, though. You fought back a little bit, gotten a little bit of the momentum. Last thing you want is the last second three or easy basket by Newcastle.
Because the arrow points to Moore, so they will rather point to Newcastle. So you don't want Newcastle double dip here. Donker rebounds his own miss, rolls in. And Ivan Antwi Donker, 6'4" senior combo guard, has taken control of this contest.
The one thing you didn't want if you were Moore. Now, Donker, the only thing he hasn't done extremely well in the first half is shoot free throws. So we'll see if he can knock this one down.
And he can't. Everybody's got to have a flaw somewhere. 3 seconds. Trying to hurry. And instead, they're going to get a last-second heave off. No good. And what little Newcastle faithful travel might have torn the roof off this place if that goes.
That would have gone in, yeah.
21-34, and we'll be back shortly as we'll have Lawton legend Craig Foster on for an interview. We'll be back after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton Community Health Center is a place for babies, kids like me, and even teenagers. Nice people are there to help you when you're hurt or you just don't feel good. And even if you do, they give you medicine so you don't get sick and physical so you can play sports. I'm happy to know they'll be there when I need them. And my mom is too.
LCHC, your hometown healthcare.
If you're someone who feels anxious or scared about going to the dentist, you're not alone. We're here to make sure you feel completely comfortable every step of the way. And at our office, we believe in treating more than just teeth. We focus on you as a person. And with Sedation Dentistry, you can experience the care you need without fear and without pain. And with Sedation Dentistry, we can make your dreams come true.
Home Tech Solutions is your dependable contractor for heating, AC, and electrical services for your home or business. They're the ones to rely on with over 30 years experience, and they are 100% locally owned and operated. They see to it to take care of your comfort, offering everything from insulation to maintenance and servicing all brands in the greater Southwest Oklahoma area. Make sure you see them first for all your HVAC and electrical needs. Give them a call today, 580-919-0328. That's 580-919-0328.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
And we are back here at the Great Plains Invitational with it 34-21 at halftime in favor of the Racers. And with me is Eisenhower head men's basketball coach Craig Foster. Craig, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
Good. Talked about some of your team first. Talk about them being young before the game. You put together 4 quarters, got that first one season. Congratulations on your first
man, I really appreciate you, man. It felt good to get the monkey off my back, man.
Yeah. And what did you see from your team? Such a young team in that one that really impresses you.
Man, the thing that impressed me the most about those guys is they keep showing up, and I have 100% buy-in, man. So with us being young, it's no excuse. It's just us learning how to win right now.
And me and Greg kept talking on the broadcast, probably overemphasizing that coach teams by you. They'll play 94 feet.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be fast.
Oh, yeah.
And you oftentimes swarmed Ferris where they couldn't do anything.
Yes, sir.
And that was really impressive, especially we talked about you rotating so deep in the bench so early.
I tell them we strict by numbers, man. So as many as we got and as many guards as we got, we're going to use them because they earn every minute that they play. So playing that many guys, I trust them. I see them 7 days a week, and I know what they can do.
And so to get a little bit on your personal accolades, people that don't know, Craig was in 2009 was on the last Lawton High State tournament team before the one last year that he was an assistant coach on that was the state runner-up. And then at Cameron, in 2013-14, he was a D2 All-American and took the Aggies to their last trip to the dance and then played professionally around the world.
Yes, sir.
Can you speak a little bit about that experience and what you've learned at Cameron in the D2 tournament around the world playing professionally, what you brought back to Lawton to help invest into the youth here in Lawton?
Man, just playing at Cameron alone, man, I played for a great coach named Wade Alexander. He taught me mental toughness, and I pride myself on in molding that to my guys of being mental tough because the older you get in this real world after this basketball stop bouncing, the world gets real for you, and you got to be able to handle adversity no matter what. And learning from Wade Alexander, he always made practices so hard that it made you feel like you didn't want to be there. But when you got to the game, it was so easy, man. And I was blessed enough to have a great career at Cameron and blessed to be able to play afterwards and go travel the world and play pro. And being able to travel the world and seeing different basketballs from different sides of the country and different parts of the United States and seeing how they play, I just brought that back to Lawton and show the kids a different grit.
Now, can you highlight what are some of your favorite stops you made along your professional career? I know there was a lot there. But.
I love my favorite place in the world I've traveled so far was Toronto, Canada. Man, it's if anybody get a chance to go travel that place, you will love it, man. You will fall in love right away. Just playing in the Canada League, man, I was able to see a lot of things, and then playing around the world in the United States, man, my second favorite place is also Miami. That's a place I love to go a lot.
Yeah. So, and watch out, there is another Foster coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Aiden got the chance to see him play the other night.
That's my guy, man. He's working in like I say, we got him grooming in the oven, man, right now. So he is the last Foster out the generation, I hope. Well, my brother just had his little baby, so there's another Foster coming as well. But my son is definitely one of the ones that's coming up in Lawton.
And speaking about Tevin, B2E is one of our title sponsors here, and they do such a great job with you on your staff, on the middle school staff, and does a great job with his B2E. And I was just talking with James earlier about, I think Lawton basketball specifically, but Oklahoma basketball in general, is in maybe the best team that's ever been in and is flourishing into becoming recognized nationwide.
Oh, yeah. Oklahoma basketball, man, I tell anybody, man, it's growing. It's normally, Oklahoma's known for football. Lawton is known for football. And over these last 5 to 6 years, I've just been seeing the game grow so much, man. Not only from the boys' side, but the girls' side as well, man. The girls are hooping, man. If you ain't got a chance to see these young ladies play, you need to come out and support those ladies as well.
Yes, please come out and support. Watch what we have on the network. And one more question. We and James were hunting on What's your thoughts? Do you like the shot clock, about how the shot clock is going to be installed into high school basketball next season?
I love it, man. I'm a big advocate of the shot clock because, man, not that it just shows you the IQ, man. And I'm a big guy on IQ. And if you can't manage that clock and break possessions down, and knowing 30 seconds is on a shot clock and knowing how many possessions you can get out of a 20-minute half or 8-minute quarter, it just breaks the game down in so many ways, and it'll show you your flaws and it'll show you your strengths as well.
All right, well, that was head coach Craig Foster, and his Eagles will be back into action tomorrow against the Northwest Class and Knights for the Consolation Championship. Coach Foster, thank you for being with us.
Man, thank you for having me, man. You guys keep grinding, man. I'm proud of you guys, man. Thank you for having me.
We'll be back after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Landmarks. They stand as symbols, reminding us of history and moments that shape our lives. We create our own landmarks. At Becker Raybon Funeral Home, we understand the importance of honoring these moments. Let our compassionate team help you celebrate the life and legacy of your loved one. Offering a range of services to honor the stories that matter most, we believe that every life leaves a mark that deserves to be cherished and remembered. Becker Raybon Funeral Home, honoring the landmarks of your life.
Lawton's premier full-service garden center is Bedrock Nursery at 1802 Northwest 67th Street. Serving all of Southwest Oklahoma since 1994, they are your source for homegrown bedding plants and offer a wide range of services, including landscape design and installation. They are your full-service garden center. Bedrock Nursery, 1802 Northwest 67th Street in Lawton. Bedrock Nursery. Come see the difference.
And we are back here from the Great Plains Coliseum for the third quarter of this semifinal game. Out of bounds. As it'll be the Jennifer Robinette Insurance third quarter. Protect your assets with Jennifer Robinette Insurance Agency, where they will quote you like family. Jennifer and her team pride themselves on educating their clients, not selling them. They offer home, life, and auto policies and would love to talk to you today. Give her and her team a call at 580-536-1900 or stop by in person at 1924 Northwest Cash Road. As talking about Ivan Donker, he about brought the rim down. Got fouled, and as I mentioned earlier, this place might have exploded if he completed that dunk. But nonetheless, he'll be heading to the Trey can cut it Chariot T stripe.
He had a hand in his face. Didn't seem to matter. He almost put that thing through. And you're right. That Newcastle bench would have come unglued, I think, if
Donker
that had been the case.
Able to convert. Goes 1 for 1. Rebound, TJ Williams back up and in. And if you're more, that's just costly. You know, he only makes one, but you give up the rebound and the putback. So it ends up being a 3-point swing right there. And Younger will go to work, kick to the corner. Tray ball, good. Nylon.
Moore starting to feel a little bit from outside. That's, I think, 2 out of their last 3 they've knocked down.
And the Racers took Ankara out of this one early. TJ Williams up and under, almost needed the dunk. He'll be shooting 2. But Ankara, you know, that's such a big impact in last night's game against Eisenhower.
Yeah.
Really kind of been taken out of this one. I'm sure game planned and schemed right there.
He and Kavion Harris were the main offensive catalyst for the Lions last night against the Eagles. So no surprise, it's kind of been those 2 guys again tonight.
And Williams knocks down his first one from the Trey can cut it Charity stripe. Now a racer could race in a chariot. You know, maybe back in the day. So.
Way back in the day.
His second, good. Williams converts both from the charity stripe. 39-24 early on here in your Jennifer Robinette third quarter. As always, thank you to our title sponsors, B2E and Shane Burke Services, as Donker slows it down. I thought Folsom was going to pull up into a 3 there, decided better. Williams down low, mini hook, no.
Well, you know, you and I talked in the first half about Moore not trying to do too much to get back in the game. If you're Newcastle, the last thing you want to do is just to get way too aggressive, stop running your sets that have been successful throughout the entire first half to where you almost give Moore the opportunity to get back in the game.
You can't go passive yet,
right?
But you can also definitely limit possessions.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've seen both teams especially do a really good job of slowing it down. It's Owen Wright, the 6'8 sophomore, down low, dish to Williams. That's unfair. That's 6'8 to 6'8.
Right. And that's kind of what we were talking about. Newcastle, Jason, did such a great job in the first half on their half-court sets. And, you know, just we call it KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. You know, just if something's working, just keep going back to the well until Moore figures out a way to stop it. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
And Coach Jesse Brown just reaches at his hands, and you're able to go 6'8 to 6'8 over the head, where the tallest line on the floor, they have a couple checking in at 6'4". But Anker's getting hot. He makes a 3 from the corner. Cowbells are ringing. We'll see if they can make this one close here.
Who decides, do you think, when the crowd starts using the cowbell? I mean, as a crowd, like Mississippi State, we know in college football does that, but
who knows?
If that's something the more fans voted on, or they just somebody showed up and said, you know, that's a great idea. We think we'll go with the cowbells.
Who knows? And it could be few, it could be a lot, you know. And it raises an interesting conversation because there's supposed to be, as Williams puts around the baby hook, there's supposed to be no artificial noisemakers indoors.
According to whom?
According to the Oklahoma Secondary.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. OSSAA. All right, fine.
But oftentimes it becomes a deal of, is it being disruptive?
Yeah.
Is there an air horn? Is there whatever they're using? Are they using it to be disruptive? Are they using it just to cheer on their team?
Yeah.
And oftentimes most officials, if it's not disruptive, will allow it to continue.
Cowbells never bothered me a whole lot, to be honest.
Wow. Donker. Not Donker, rather. Pardon me, Ankara. Both men are having a great evening here, but Ankara's hot from outside, and he's on a personal scored the last 9 points for the Lions, and you can't let him get hot. Feed down inside. Donker to right. Right soars up. Kisses it off the glass. Gentle touch at the rim. 15-point lead for the Racers. Torres will control it. Get the screen. Kick to the corner. Younger. Over to Ankara. Ankara jab step, pull up. Mid-range pull up, no good. Rebound by Williams. Williams to Bramer. They're going to run the floor in a hurry. To the corner. Folsom, no. Had a hot start, cooled off as of late. as Younger puts a great move on in the backcourt. Pulls up mid-range. No.
No!
Rebound.
That was almost an amazing putback.
That'll be number 5, 6'1" guard, senior Maverick Gardner with a savvy play to go attack the miss in the air. Almost had the and one, but instead he'll earn himself a chance at the Trey Can Cut It charity stripe. And again, folks, why haven't you let Trey cut it? It's just a perplexing question. You got to go let Trey cut it. There's a QR code right there.
One thing I'll tell you, watching Moore play Eisenhower yesterday, I, in the first half, took a couple of leads, but Moore really took control in the third quarter. They're not going to quit, and they won't go away. Now, it may not be enough with Newcastle's talent and their size, but this Lions team is going to play hard for all 32 minutes.
And oftentimes, basketball is a game of streaks and runs, and if you can hold yourself in it long enough, eventually they'll start going your way. Down inside, Brammer, the guard, working down low. He'll go up and under. Foul asked for, not given. Cameron Watson secures the rebound. Gives it off to Nathan Torres. Ankra gets it poked away by Folsom. Folsom quick up to Brammer. Brammer. Oh,
it's been unlucky for Moore tonight. Every time they've had a good defensive possession in the half court, they seem to go down and either fumble it away, or they just can't seem to put a streak of baskets together.
Yeah, and Newcastle off of turnovers. I wish I had the official stat. They might be perfect off of turnovers tonight.
Yep.
They are making the Lions pay for empty possessions. Corner 3, no. Rebounded by Brammer. Brammer's going to spin out, slow it down. Pressured heavily by Nathan Torres. Over to Donker. Donker down low. Shalone. And we're going to get a timeout. Coach Jesse Brown will call a timeout. And we're going to walk over the table and see what he has left. It'll be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. 47-31, 2:37 remaining here in the Jennifer Robinette third quarter. Yeah, and
wait for Newcastle to go cold. I'm not sure that's going to happen in this game, but
and it's one of those things that size doesn't really go cold.
No, that's true. And when you've got, and what's amazing as well is all the big guys for Newcastle seem like they've got really soft hands, a really great touch in and around the rim, which only makes it even that much more difficult. Because when you can't reach up and block it, and you can't hope for them just to miss it on their own, it's going to make it tough.
And we'd love for you to stay here with us. But also, if you have multiple devices, go ahead and turn on Jones Washington audio only broadcast. The 2A1 state title game is about to kick off from Chad Richardson Stadium in Edmond, Oklahoma. And one. Donker does it again. The 6'4" combo guard playing more like he's 6'9" down inside. Earns himself a trip to the Trey Can Cut It charity stripe. Struggled in the first half, went 1-1 on his earlier trip. And he converts.
Camera got bumped on that basket, so we apologize to the OSN faithful who are watching. They missed that basket.
It was a pretty one, I'll tell you that. Gardner over to Torres. And if you're Moore here, you got to press the gas pedal at some point. You're down 19 late. And another tip steal for Newcastle. Donker controls it, directs traffic, stops. Quick swing to the corner. Brammer, bang! And it might be getting late early here in Lawton, Oklahoma. Another Trey Can Cut It tray ball for Brammer. 53-31, 22-point lead. 1:50 remains here in the Jennifer Robinette third quarter. Torres to Gardner. Gardner to Torres again. Torres drives baseline. Will put his head down through the contact. Pays the price for it. The foul's going to be on Donker, but Torres caught the brunt of that interaction right there.
I guess you could say Torres got donkered on the head on that play.
There you go.
I've been waiting about 5 minutes to throw that one out. No, I'll tell you, we talked earlier, Newcastle was the only winner yesterday that I didn't get to see in person. I was impressed with Lawton High, impressed with Class and SAS as well. I don't know that Newcastle's not the best team I've seen so far. They're really balanced, and they do a great job on both ends.
No matter who wins the nightcap, it should be a very exciting
Oh, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game.
Everything will be a great game. It'll be a great 7th place as behind, between the legs, no. Folsom bounced it between the legs to Brammer, and that would have been one to put on the highlight package.
That play right there has kind of been a microcosm of Moore's night tonight. Battling for rebound, they get it, and then a quick pass and thrown right out of bounds. It's been that kind of evening.
Number 22, Deacon Lyles, the 6'3" freshman, is checked into the game. Coach Jesse Brown probably looked to empty the bench here. Deacon thought about a 3 to Donker. Donker pull up, nylon.
He can do that too. This guy,
Donker,
what a player.
The 6'4" combo guard will make some college coach very happy when he signs to their school here this year. He has been everywhere and has done everything for the Newcastle Racers, and it shows that it's 56-31 Racers.
You got to have that one if you're Moore.
Jeremiah Rogers, the freshman, gets a big bucket right there. And Donker just about put an exclamation point with that half-court heave. But regardless, it'll be 34-56. And we'll go ahead and keep it right here during this first quarter break. Again, as we said, Jones and Washington has just kicked off. Eldon and Tuttle tomorrow. Sadly, both of those will be audio only due to the Oklahoma Secondary Sports Association and the NFHS's exclusive streaming rights.
5 more years.
5 more years. Anyway, Vincent Saylor, your State Farm agent in Lawton, Oklahoma, proudly serving the state of Oklahoma since 2017. They provide comprehensive insurance options to help protect your most important people, places, and things. Serving Lawton, Elgin, Cass, Fort Sill, and beyond in Comanche and Cotton counties. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call 580-699-2771. And once again, as always, I'd like to give a great shout-out to our title sponsors here. Shane Burke Services, providing services like it used to be with the emphasis on quality of service that no other shop in Oklahoma provides. When you do business with Shane Burke Services, you will be treated like family. From auto glass and windshields, truck accessories, and bed liners to mirrors, shower doors, residential glass, and windows. Visit their website to connect to so much more at shaneburke.com. And B2E Training, providing basketball training and skill camps for those age 6 and up, born to elevate while teaching young athletes the importance of elevating themselves on and off the floor. For more information, please follow and check out their Facebook page at B2E Training. Congratulations to the owners of B2E. As Craig mentioned at halftime, Tevin and Lauren Foster both welcomed their newborn into the world over Thanksgiving weekend. Another generation of Fosters.
That's awesome.
Strong in Oklahoma.
There you go.
There's Rogers. Knocks down a tray, can cut it tray ball, and the freshmen came off the bench here and really trying to put a charge into this one. As you mentioned, the Lions are just refusing to roll over. Might be too little too late, but they're going to fight for all 32 here in this one. We're going to have a foul down inside. It's going to be on the freshman. Rogers was trying to work as hard as he could to control number 5, the 6'8" senior TJ Williams, and I guess he got a little too handsy as Rogers almost got hit with another one, putting hands on it early. TJ Williams, no good.
Strong play by Williams, just unable to finish on that one.
Rebound, Bramer. Donker from NBA range. Short rim, no. That one's loose. Donker first one to it. Ball on the floor. Fights it. Shovel pass. We're going to have a timeout. Coach Jesse Brown will call a timeout to slow things down. And that's what makes good teams. Coach Jesse Brown doesn't care that it's 37-56. He doesn't like what he sees, and he's going to call a timeout and coach his guys up right here.
He's coaching as hard in the huddle right now as he was in the first quarter. I promise you that.
And having been around this game for a long time, seen a lot of great coaches. That is what makes the mark of a great coach and a great team that will go compete and hopefully get to the fairgrounds come March. And as we mentioned, the new OG&E Fairgrounds, brand new arena, will be the first year of it this year. You know, I was there last year when Lawton High helped shut down the Big House in that state runner-up game as well as everybody
Oh, that's
else.
right, yeah. You know, I've never seen a game there.
You missed out.
I know. That's what I hear.
It was a truly iconic venue. It was outdated. It was past its time. It was. But for, I believe, 65 years, Jim Nork Arena did its job as T.J. Williams tears down the rim. (58-37), and Coach Brown finally happy going to start to empty the end of his bench. See him pulling some guys in, and this will be number 12. It's going to be Weston Lytle, the 6'5" junior combo guard.
6'5", 6'6",
Yeah.
6'5", 6'8".
Yeah, how many teams?
Every time you call a guy into the game, Jason, the guy's 6'4" and taller.
How many teams in the state we're going to empty the end of the bench here and we're bringing in a 6'5" combo guard? You know.
You don't see it often, I can tell you that.
Brammer down low working, ball's batted away. Rogers quickly up the floor, spins, no one there. Out to Watson. Watson controls it. Over to Kevin Moss. His three, no. You know, getting that Fairgrounds arena I grew up going there, it's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we didn't play there.
Yeah.
Like at Eisenhower, the year I went to state, like I said, when Lawton High, we both went. We played at the Mabee Center in Tulsa.
I believe so the past couple years they'd moved it to Lloyd Noble, where everything was centralized. But then last year, it was honestly probably an experiment run for this year with the new one, and they were able to host every single class in the state of Oklahoma over 2 weekends, played their title game at the Big House.
And I think it's a great idea. Obviously, Oklahoma City, right in the middle of the state, so it's central to everyone. Nobody has to travel exceedingly further than anybody else. But
and even on they played this that 5A played on Monday.
Yeah.
Their quarters, and they played the semis on a Thursday, and it was a great deal.
Yeah.
And even on a Monday after, you could just feel the energy. You walk in to Jim Nork Arena, the high ceiling, it's the true arena, and you could feel it.
Yeah.
And it was a great environment. And now I was going to say, is the OG&E Fairgrounds, it's a smaller venue, but that place is only going to get louder.
Yeah.
Jim Nork Arena got loud as that's going to be number 10.
That's the freshman again, isn't it?
Rogers.
Yeah.
3 threes here in this fourth quarter off the benches. It's going to be another Trey can cut it Trey ball. They might have called that one a 2. The scoreboard has that one marked as a 2, so we'll call it a 2 here for now. But regardless, the long 2, the freshman still has put on an impressive showing here.
I always thought the Big House was for the small schools.
So
and maybe that's just my own, not want to say bias, but just from my own experience, not having.
Historically, it has been. Historically, it was B through 3A, maybe 4A. 3A or 4A.
Right.
And then last year, like I said, the past 2 or 3 years, they'd moved them to Lloyd Noble, centralized them. They're at OU right down there.
Yeah, I know Eisenhower, I want to say 07, 08, played Midwest City for the championship at Lloyd Noble.
I was at that game.
There you go. So was I.
As a toddler. But no, they went back to the Mabee Center, but they moved them back to Lloyd Noble. And then last year, it was a great deal. I mean, championship Saturday, it was all day. It was 4A, it was 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A.
That's really cool.
They played 8 state title games in one day.
Yeah, you get one ticket and all day. And
it was one ticket all day. Watch 8 state title games.
No, you can't beat that.
And like I said, I've seen pictures and videos from inside the OG&E Fairgrounds Arena. And smaller venue, but it's cool. My thought is the Nork Arena for the big games, like Weatherford. I forgot who. I think it was Crossings Christian, who was number 2 in Troy last year, right before Lawton Highs. Weatherford and Crossings sold that place out. Booker T and Lawton High sold that place out, and that place was loud.
Yeah,
and that's a big time arena. I can only imagine it's a shorter roof. Still a big atmosphere environment, just less numbers of seats. That place is going to get rocking come state tournament time. inside the fairgrounds, located central OKC, right next to the two big interstates that connect the whole state. It's beautiful that they're going to play everything there. It's just perfect for the whole state. You don't have your 5A and 6A teams from this region going all the way to the Maybe Center.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that was a long trip for us, you know what I mean? Then you had Bartlesville that year that drive 30 minutes?
I remember a couple years ago, Lawton MacArthur's baseball team made the state tournament. They're playing at ORU that year. And they get to travel up for a 10 o'clock start to play Bishop Kelly, who went 5 miles. And sometimes it's just the part of it.
Doesn't hardly seem fair.
The Tulsa Metroplex does have some of the nicest facilities.
Sure.
And it's unlucky to
Well, I got no problem with playing there, but maybe if you know Lawton's coming from 3 hours away, maybe you schedule them for a game later on, right? I don't.
Sure.
But I've never been one that thinks Lawton's always gotten a fair shake in general. So.
Well, my dad grew up coaching here, and he always told me and told any player that listen, fair. That happens in September in Oklahoma City.
That's right. Well,
so
your dad might be right, but it doesn't change the fact that I think I'm right as well.
Of course. No, agree completely, but it's a good deal. UCO now for the state, they've hosted every state football title game at UCO, which Chad Richardson, co-owner of Paycom.
Right,
the
yeah.
UCO graduate, also a Total graduate. Total also is Chad Richardson Stadium, which is an equally nice facility there in Tuttle. But it's a great double-decker both-sides facility there, the beautiful indoor facility in that end zone with the waterfall. It's just beautiful. We're going to call that a 2, but it's going to be Rogers again. Rogers now up to 10 points off the bench.
It's had a nice little showing here in the fourth quarter. You said he's a freshman or a sophomore?
Freshman.
There you go.
And don't look now.
Good for him.
It's a 16-point game. It's a little late.
Yeah, based on what we've seen from Newcastle offensively. Now, if it was anything other than that and their size and advantage on the inside, I certainly wouldn't be counting Moore out. But like I said earlier, Moore's not going to go away. They're not going to quit. They played their tails off yesterday, and they've done so again tonight. So they, even if they end up losing the game, they ought to be at least proud of their effort for sure.
Now, me and James are having so much fun talking. We're going to keep you guys here for the full timeout and make you listen to us. But no, the UCO is a great deal. The UCO, when they can get in there, they play state title games at Bricktown.
Yeah.
At the ballpark for baseball. Softball plays all their state title games.
Now that would be fun if you're a high school baseball player getting to play at the Brick. That would be amazing.
I've watched games. Sadly, none of my teams I ever coached or played have made it there yet.
Yeah.
But no,
I've been there for a handful of Bedlam games, and then also for when they were the Red Hawks, and now they're what are they now?
Comets.
They're the Comets now.
You know why?
I don't.
Mickey Mantle.
Okay.
The Commerce Comet.
I love it. Well, and a whole restaurant and avenue downtown Oklahoma City named after Mickey Mantle. So
and obviously with the Dodgers now being back-to-back defending champs, and
Uh-oh.
back door.
Oh.
T.J. Williams.
I just assumed that was about to get flushed.
Lost it. I think it might have hit the rim on the way up.
Yeah.
And that about.
Looks like he had a hard time gathering it in. Otherwise, that would have been another highlight reel moment for Williams.
Let Rogers control the ball. As Newcastle has checked the starters back into this game. Rogers drops him. Foul. And, people are going to say late whistle. There's an NBA official who I once heard to interview. I wish I could talk to the person I did. That and ones oftentimes are momentum of game killers. So if he makes the shot, it wasn't enough. They're going to let it go. If he misses the shot, well, then obviously it was enough to hinder it. We're going to call the foul.
It's true. You give the defensive team a little bit of time to regroup instead of having to immediately go right back on offense, and then that kind of takes the crowd out of it as well. So,
yep,
I can see that.
As Rogers splits his charity stripe, and it's 45-60. Moore's not going away. A little bit late in this one. We'll see if the Lions can put together an improbable rally. Donker working on Rogers. Owen Wright, corner three, nylon.
There's a dagger.
The 6'8 sophomore, and you can put the kids to bed as this one will be over. 63-45. Maybe keep them up just yet. We got one more game.
Stay with us either way.
Yeah. Down low.
No
good. Rebound by Wright. Right to Donker. Donker up to Brammer. Down low, T.J. Williams. Williams to Wright. Wright has trouble. Going to stay Newcastle ball. the more faithful here in the stands not too happy with that one. Believe that Wright was the last one to touch it, but as I said earlier, the man with the whistle gets the final call. 2:01 remaining here. 63-45 with the Vincent Saylor. Fourth quarter, Williams rebound. Donker. And they're going to play catch. They're going to slow it down here. 1:51 remaining.
To your point on the officials, I think I was 0 for my career on talking them out of calling a foul on me or into calling one for me, so you're right.
I would have to agree with you. As Brammer, it's now became the NBA All-Star Weekend as the Racers are just taking turns lining up deep. Trey can cut it 3 balls as the lead's back out to 21. And that's the mark of a good team. The starters are on the bench. They're cold. They think their night's done. Moore makes a run, makes it a 15-point game, and they put them back in. They can just put it to bed. That's a good team right there. Rogers, though.
Well, to come right back in like they hadn't even sat down in the first place and just, immediately continue the hot shooting is very impressive.
Beautiful backdoor bounce pass. Tipped around, controlled. Asher Zimmerman going to finish it, and we're going to have a quick brief timeout just to bring the substitutes in the game. I enjoy when the officials do that. Make sure they get the guys who want to come in the game.
Yeah, quick story, just in this little timeout real quick. I told you, we played State at Maybe.
Yeah.
First game against Stillwater, had a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter. The, guys and I was a sophomore. I was just happy to be there, right? But so excited to get in and potentially play at State. Stillwater goes on a 12-0 run in the span of about 2 minutes. And I hear my coach from down waving us back to come and sit back down from the scorer's table. So still to this day, my basketball claim to fame is I got to warm up at State.
Hey,
didn't actually get to play at State. But
a lot of players in the state or across the nation can never even say they warmed up at State.
That's true, yeah.
So the gym's starting to fill up here. A lot of red in the crowd as the Lawton High faithful is going to get allowed to see if their Wolverines can punch their ticket to a 4th straight GPI title game. 30 seconds remaining. Out of bounds. Newcastle, they do have the end of the bench in. Newcastle could just sit on this, but it would be interesting if they're going to let the youngsters run the offense, still get some live game reps,
Yeah.
It does matter for them to get these live reps. Pass is picked off up to Rogers. Rogers short rim stuffed. Put back attempt no good. And Coach Brown was yelling out at his guys. So they're going to hold on to this one. Time will tick away. 5, 3, 2, 1, and the Newcastle Racers will win 66-47 to punch their ticket into the title game tomorrow. So coming up next, it'll be the Classen School of Arts and Sciences Comets versus the Lawton High Wolverines for the final ticket to the title game. It's been James Stanley, Jason DeSilver from the Oklahoma Sports Network. We will be back shortly for the final game.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.